Hi there, it's Mark here at MAS Audio. Today's video is a little bit different. I'm just doing a video on a Nissan X-Trail. Now this Nissan is a fat face edition DCI and it's the 2.2 litre diesel. Okay, so basically with this car I broke down and it appeared that we had just basically run out of diesel, but I knew there was fuel in the tank. So decided to try and figure out what had gone wrong. I suspected it was some sort of fuel pump, and I'd obviously had to call out breakdown, so they advised me the same thing. It was probably a fuel pump issue. So we got to investigating what the possible faults could be. Now the first thing I did was remove these little covers. There's one there and one there. And then looking on other people's YouTube videos, as you do, I'd remove these rings to actually examine what was inside here, and to my surprise there wasn't actually anything much in there apart from two floats and a filter. No pump in there. The electrical connections that you can see connected are simply for the floats to tell the fuel gauge where its level sits at. So I'll just go through this first because it took me a little while to figure this out. So basically this pipe here on this side of the tank, which on the UK car is on the driver's side, this goes down and should go to a little 12 volt pump under the car, and then that comes back up, and it comes back up as this pipe here. Now mine had been removed and somebody had just put a fuel filter in place of it. So what I did is I temporarily put that, where is it? There you go. If you can see up there, there's that little fuel filter. I just temporarily ripped out the old one that was all rusty and crusty, tied that one up there. It's a little eBay purchase, it was about £11. A little low pressure fuel pump. So I fitted that, thinking, how did the car even run without a pump on it? Because somebody just fitted a filter. But even then the car didn't work. So I delved a bit deeper, and I'd also had this one out to look for a pump, and there was nothing in there. So from what I can gather, it draws fuel from that side and just pumps it into this side. Maybe that's just to equal out the fuel in the tank, or maybe it's because this is the side that actually has the supply. So basically this one here, the green tab, is your fuel output to the engine, and this one is the fuel return, and as we've already discovered, that one just comes from that side of the tank through that little low pressure pump. And that was that. So I'll just plug this back in. We'll just put these back. So that just clicks into place. Now, these are very easy to remove. You just have these little tabs that twist. You've just got to press down on it to make it so it fits over. They just twist. And that one as well. There we go. That's done. I'll just do this side as well. Can't do it one-handed. Need two hands. Hang on. So that's that. That's nice and secure. And then I went round. Oh yes, keep watching for more Sora videos coming soon. So this is the engine, and then I figured out the fuel line comes up, fuel tube up here into this fuel filter assembly, which is inside this cage. You can't really see it from here, but it's down in there, just at that point there, hits this side. So fuel comes in here, fuel comes out of the pipe into the fuel rail there, and then there's a return line which goes back to the tank. Now, obviously you can see this is new, I've changed this, but that's where my problem was. They've got this little plunger, this little pump So it's like a little vacuum pump, so you can siphon your fuel up. On mine, when you press that, you could press it till the cows come home and nothing. It wouldn't draw any fuel up, no fuel was getting to the engine, so essentially the car would just run out of fuel. Now, to get a new one of these was quite hard to find, and the Nissan dealer wanted £130 for the complete unit, which obviously nobody wants to spend over £100 on a fuel filter, so I decided to do a bit of digging and actually found this one on eBay for £21.99, but it's actually from Nissan Pathfinder. And I thought, well, it looks exactly the same, there's no difference, it does the same job. I'll buy one that's £20 rather than £130. But then I did discover there was a difference, and it was this output pipe. Now on mine, it's stuck up this way, so it's pointing upwards, and this fuel line sort of come up and had a loop and looped down onto it. So all I did is I got the angle grinder and just chopped out a section of this metal bracket that holds the fuel pump. Well, it is a pump, I suppose, but fuel filter I meant to say. You can see where I've just ground it away. Just sliced a nice piece out of there to make room for this pipe to fit in, and then trim the pipe down slightly so it would fit in there. I may have to replace that because I think that might be too short and too tight, because obviously this is fixed tightly to the body, and engines do move and rock about a bit obviously when you're driving, and under load they might tilt forward or backwards on the engine mounts, so I may do something to extend or modify this pipe slightly before we drive it properly. But yeah, I just wanted to share this video with you, and what we found was the problem and why the engine wouldn't run. The symptom seemed to be that it ran out of fuel. We did get an error code which said there was low fuel pressure as well, so obviously that all tied in with the symptom we had. But yeah, nice little tip. If you don't mind doing a little bit of modification and just trimming this little bracket that holds the filter, you can actually fit the part for a Pathfinder. Now I'll leave the part numbers of the one that should be for this car and the part number for this unit that we fitted in, so you can read in the description and get the part numbers if you wish to look them up yourself, if you're going to attempt to do this job on your X-Trail. So yeah, hopefully that little tip there will help you out, and the description of the sections that are on the fuel tank and what each pipe does, and you never know, it may come in handy one day. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video, see you next time, bye.